How's everybody doing? How's everybody of one? I'm trying to find myself online right now. So if I was live, how would I find myself now? So I go view channel. Live. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to see. You see, I can't get my comments there and here at the same time. So if it says anybody's here, I'm going to stick around for just a little bit, see what's going on. There's not much traffic. Gematria, I do Gematria. For those who are here, hello, hello, hello. Say hello to me. I'm only here to talk to an audience, not to talk to myself this evening. What do I do? This is not a green screen. This is not a green screen. So if you've been here before, you absolutely know what I'm talking about. I'm going to start in about 5 minutes from now. I'm going to start in about 5 minutes. I'm trying to see how to run my, it says Mr. Tacpans is offline. So how do you go online? Schedule videos, chat, send a message to who? Accept. I'm offline. How do you go online? Stream, chat, community. Invite others to watch with you. Share. Watch what? Trying to figure watch what. What is this? Add your social links. Add social links. Username, Mr. Tacpans. Display name, Mr. Tacpans. Alphanumeric. It's not really alphanumeric. What would you call that? Would you call that language? All right, would you say language? Let me write that down. Language. Sounds like a sandwich. Langu. Where did I just write that? I just wrote that somewhere. Hey, I wrote it somewhere. I know I wrote it somewhere. No way. Not possible. I'll write it again. Langue. I was going over today the Grouch. You know Grouch? Grouch is the garbage can. So when I think about the garbage can, I now, today, in this day and age, Grouch, we've got a problem. It's a little different today. So if Grouch, right, and that's a Grouch with a G, is in the garbage can, age can, right? We need 3 cans, right? So we have 3 cans. What if it was the deacons? Decans. What if it was decals? So decal, decan, calibration. What do we calibrate? You know, when you calibrate, you star calibrate. Do you know that? Do you know that you star calibrate? In the word, see, I do an etymology, numerology, where the words send me. And then you know what? When they send me their 8, doesn't have to be 8. It could be eat. So it could have been before, right? And 8 goes with filtration. And if 8 is in all directions, then you can create before and after within 8. And 8 returns to 8. No matter what you multiply and add to 8, it will always equal 8, starting with 8. For instance, 8 times 4 is 32. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 and 32 equals to 44. 4 and 4 is 8. So 8 becomes that filtration. The T, the reason I say it is when you say 8 backwards, right? ATE. I didn't say EIGHT, did I? Right? So I got T, and we know that T is a filtration. It filters. okay? Whatever that mix, how can you call it the mix or the medicine? Let me see who's here. Anybody say anything? No? Everybody quiet? How come everybody's so quiet? So if I did eight, I do eat, and now you can go what is ET, now you can go AT, now you can go EA. So you have 6, 21, 25. You have 637, because that's what you do. And then you can do the reverse alphabet of eat, and you can do the double reverse if you want. You can do AEIOU, AEIOU, uh, AEIOU. I know it's going to all be backwards. They're not letting me flip my camera upside down. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't let me do this. Let me see over here. I can't mirror. Why can't I mirror? Oh, screen mirroring, but it never works. Why? Why? Why won't it work? Let me check it out. Yeah, so I got so language is a structured system of communication encompassing both spoken and sign forms that allows humans to convey meaning. It's characterized by grammar, vocabulary, and the ability to create the infinite number of sequences referred to things beyond the immediate context. Here's a more detailed look. Structure, language has rules, grammar, and vocabulary that allows for combinations of sounds, symbols into meaningful units. Communication, language is a primary means of conveying thoughts, ideas, and emotion. Productivity, humans can create an infinite number of sentences using finite sets of language elements. Displacement, language allows us to talk about things not present in the immediate environment, such as past events or future possibilities. Culture and historical diversity, languages vary significantly across cultures and evolve over time, right? So I hope you heard all of that. Let me see. Significantly across cultures and evolve over time, right? So, okay, so I know it's working. Um, Types of languages, spoken language is the most common form using sounds and vocalizations to communicate. Sign language, a visual spatial language, spatial, because you're using space with your hands. So you're spelling it in the space over here. You're waning in the space. Do you follow what I'm saying? Here, when you're typing, right, you're just going back and forth like in a combination. You ever try to figure out why the letters are where they are? I really never studied them. The Z and the X being next to each other is telling me about the cat and the dog. The C and the X is a reversed alphabet. The V is the 22nd letter. 2 and 2 is 4 going next to C3. The 3 and 4 is a doorway within each other. The Spanish changed a B for a V, and it's the house of bet and the house of vet. The moon alphabet splits between M and N. So there's a lot of combinations on the bottom row. You have communication with W, where B and C is in the bottom row, W is in the top row with E. So you have two fives in the top, 1 5 in the bottom. You have 8, 7, and 6 in the middle row, right? You have 2, 3, and you have, where's D? Yeah, okay, so you have 8, 7, 6, and 4 in the middle row. On the bottom row, you have 3 and 4. You have 2, 3, 4 in the bottom row. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. Where do you have 6 and 3? 6 and 3. You have 6 and 3. You have O6, and you have U3 on the top row. So the male is occupying more of the top row. You also have R and E, where R is the reverse of what is E on the top row. In fact, you have two E's, you have two R. The RI is a combination, the EW is a combination. The T2 is what is 4D. No, sorry, what is 5D? in order to equate to a 20, it can't be 2 times 9 is not 20, but 4 times 5 is. And what 4 is, 4 splits everything in half. I end up connecting the 4 corners, unlike the 2 corners. I'm going to talk about that also. I was looking at a few things today. Like if we went up to the year, oh, this is terrible on this. That's why something's wrong with my camera, my computer. It won't let me. It just keeps stopping every time the camera's in. So what we have here is, let me find where we are here. So the year 2030, when you increase it and reduce it, it becomes 5790. You can call this 51. Instead of saying this, you can say this. And if you say this, this is in between what is this, right? You can't say Yod Hey, but you can say Tet Zion. This is 16, this is 15. The 432 vibration plays over here. This is the mother is number 79, but this here is the Hebrew year over here. This is the Hebrew year over here. It could be the 0 or the 1. They're interchangeable. When you split the 0 in half, it becomes a 0.5. 0.5 and 0.5 and a half become 1 when they share inside Q. Can we do Q this way? Right? And they share inside a Q. And they share inside a Q. So with what is Q17, right, is what is going to be 10. 10J, Q17, the Jack and the Queen. 62 and 25 equals to what is 87. You know what it is 87? Look at that. 1 and 2. You know what 1 and 2? These are all singularities. What this is over here, Abraham's house as a 4x4 16 window. When you connect the window up, right? When you connect the window up, you connect the power of the constellations. When you connect that up, what it is, the window. Now, I erased everything on my phone, so I have it in my computer, so I have to navigate a little differently. You already know what that is, right? Right? That's like over there. Right? So, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing tonight? Where are we going? What was I talking about? Obviously, that's what I needed TikTok for. It's easy to navigate. People come up on the panel. I can't always remember what I'm saying. I know I'm not going to be here long tonight. I just want to see something over here. Give me a minute. Having a lot of trouble uploading. I don't know why. I've never had this trouble before. Okay, so maybe it's going to be a little bit better. Not even sure where I was going with this. Let me just take a look at this. Okay, I'm looking at 99. Right, okay, I know what I'm looking for now. Yes, so I'm looking for 99. Here. So what you have is you have 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. You connect 3, 3, 3, 9 areas. Then you go connect 3, 3, 9 areas. Cut your corner off, put that in your phone, connect the cell up. Now we got a connection. Now when you take a look, this area over here, right? This area over here is a split. These are 2 doors. Although it looked like a 4 and 4, 4x4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. See the way it's longer? Well, I should have did it this way, okay, and went down, but the doors were set up this way. In games, it's set up the other way. If you notice, it's a 4x4, but I'm only going to use 3 here, 3x3, and then 3x3 over here. If I was going into numbers and I went 1, 2, 3, what would this one be over here? I'm not going to get into that one yet. This is just one surface of, let's say, Rubik's Cube. So let me see where we are right now. I don't know, all of a sudden I'm like tired. Has anybody ever seen this before? So what this is when you count on an angle, right? You will count by twos. 1, 3, 5, 7. 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 7, 5, 3, 1. A, C, E, G, E, C, A, C, E, G, 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 77. Actually, it's also 5G. What's over here? Why am I counting like that? When you count in this angle, you break this area space in half. When you count up and down, you're running along the lines. No breaking, no 45-degree angle. Feminine is 45, 54, 23, 32. Connect. 32 is Leo. 32 is the pig. So what we do is we have 1, 3, where 2 connects 1 and 3, ABC, where 3 and 5 connected by 4. Here is 5, 7, 5, or what is 17 here and 17 here. It plays from the center. 3 times 17, 51 Mars, area 51. Here, what happens is you see the overlap, 6 and 6 join over here, connecting 7 to 5. 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7 on both sides. So let me show you what 5, 6, 7 is. I got to remember this 5, 6, 7. I need a drink of water. Just give me 1 minute. Just want to see something. Just give me 1 minute. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Are you on the balcony? How's everybody doing? Anybody got any questions? Oh, here we are. Jesus Christ. Yes. How's everybody doing? Bless you. Bless, bless. Oh my God. People are talking to me. Oh my God. I am saved. Oh my God. I can talk to myself forever. I've been writing all day, yesterday, last week, the week before, over and over. Same story over and over, except keeps getting refined, more refined. The more I find, the more I refine. When I open my eyes and I start to speak, to explain, I need to find that path. What it is in the year 2030. Okay. Now, what I do for those, and I know you've been here before, is I try to understand where the numbers take me themselves. They're the drivers, right? And the Trinity is dividing everything by 3, multiplying everything by 3, and making sure you can reduce everything as much as you can by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After that, anything after 5 is just what is indifferent and the same to what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where 5 and 9 right? And 1 and 5, look at that. 1 and 5 and 5 and 9, who would have known, right? Who would have known? The third finger or the eighth finger? Which one do you want? Or the 13th finger and the 18th finger? There's only 4. They only classify with 4. This one over here. Tim and Miranda, hello. If you have any questions, do not hesitate. I am not here for myself. And I am here for myself. And you are here for yourself. And only together will we have the capabilities of burning out the matrix. As everything melts down, the system shuts down. Do you know what Grover or Grouch reminded me today of the garbage can is now we have 3 garbage cans in Trinity. 1 for the compost, 1 for the recycle, and then whatever other one they want for everything else. We even got 3 composts for the Trinity. So now I know I have to multiply even Grouch by 3. The garbage. 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 Where's that piece I did? Grouch, garbage can. The can, the 3 cans. Is it the 3 cans or is it the stars and the decans? The cardinal, the fixed, and the mutable? You know what I like about that is that C for cardinal, C for Celsius, F for fixed, F for Fahrenheit. What can M be? Mutable, mutt, dog, table, times table, periodic table. MUI, starting with MU, is also part of the Fibonacci sequence, the 21st and the 13th letter equaling to 34. And in itself, it's 4 and 3. The masculine and the feminine meet between M and U, between the 13th, or what is 13, going into your teen, right? And then you get the 21, and you're coming back to your first because it becomes the 21st. So it becomes the 21st through the 13, that should you run to the 20, to the 19, to the 18, to the 17, to the 16, to the 15, to the 14, to the 13, you've just counted. Is that right? You counted 9? Did we count 9? 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Yeah, we got 9. Wow, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. I never seen this one before. We got 17 in the center. And oh my God, I think, let me see what this is. 37, 31. Okay. So in this scenario here, wow, I have to turn that camera around. So what this is the countdown, and this is the cube. There's 21 dots. So instead of going up, we can go down, right? So we have all 37s, all 31s, 15 and 16, 18 and 19 here. So here with all 31s, we get 93 and 111. We have to multiply it by 3. Remember what I said? Multiply it by 3, but wait a second. We got 124 and 148. Now we'll divide that by 2, and we'll divide that by 2. Okay. Equals to 136, equals to 272. There's a mathematical equation that works this out. I don't know what it is right now. I have to think. 74 equals to 46. Okay. 1.5 times the difference, where 1, 1, and 1, 3 equals to actually 1. 9 and 3 is the lower house and the upper house. A, B, C. Okay, let me see. A, B, C, D versus F, G, H, and I. Do you remember what I says? A and E and E and I is what is B, C, D to what is H, G, and F, to where A and E is what is 1 and 5, to where E and I is 5 and 1, and 8G, this is 8, 7, and 6, to BCD is 2, 3, and 4. Do you remember I was speaking a minute ago? We were talking, yeah, all over the place, sure. We were talking about this over here. Do you remember this? Okay, let me explain what this is. 5, 7, and 6. This combination over here. Let me see where I got that from. I want to see where I got the original 288 and 288 for the constellations. 144. That I know it's 144. Right, 1,440 minutes in a day times 4 is 5760. If you do it only 3 times, it's 4320, your vibration, which sits between 5 and 1. Did you know that 6 times this is 25,920? But it can also be switched to this, the undivided and the divided house. And this will be 25,926. This is the great year. If I should divide this, multiply this by 5, I don't know if I should do that, but I'm going to divide this by 3 because 6 is made up of 3 and 3, right? So if I divide that, I got 8640, and half of that is 4320, which is back to our vibration. Do you know what this is? The sun is 86,400,000 something. There's 86,400 seconds in a day. It's the house that gets split. This is the icosahedron. It's not part of the 5 platonic solids, but it is what is, I think it's 21.8, 2160? 2160 times 4 is 8640. This here is the hexahedron. The hexahedron, okay, has 12 edges. I wish I could just fly to the pages faster. It has 12 edges, and it has 6 centers equaling to 18, just like the word chai in Hebrew, right? Luck. I'm going to bring it back to that. When you count by 9s, you get the 45. When you count up to 12, you get the 78. Right? Hey, yeah. Okay, Tammy, what's that? Good day, good day, good day. Yeah, we're 3. We're okay. We're okay. I got to put this out there anyways, you know. I've done this before, and I shouldn't have jumped onto that part. There's just so many things that's going on. You know what I'm saying? They have the major and the minor. Anybody ever see that? Major and minor. Ever think of that? For me, it's simple. For me, it's pretty simple. I draw the letter like this. You see this? Perhaps like this, right? And then I take the other one, right? I take the other one and I draw here. And I run it like that, right? And this one, I draw here and I run it like that. This is part of the ace letter, but you don't see the happy line, right? And then you run this one over here. See this one here, the first one, this one here, the second one. One of them looks like a 1, the other one looks like a 7. But anyways, it creates what is 6, 7, and 1. The ace is what divides everything. The I comes over here. The AI is over here. The I joins the 2 sides of the house. The left side of the house, do we want to do it this way? Right, with the right side of the house. Let me see, should I go out, cast it this way? Right, or should I have put it over here? Right, the left side of the house, the right side of the house. So the AI, so the 2 sides of the house, one side over here and one side over here, and you come here and you join the two sides. When you go to sleep at night, you cross over to the two sides. But during the day, this is where you are, right over here to both these sides. Over here, this is where your head is. Otherwise, when you're asleep, you're over here. You're lying in between the two. 45 minutes and 45 minutes for the 90 minutes of REM. Do you follow what I'm saying? You are the L, okay, 120, and you are the I, 90. When you go to sleep at night, right? This is your standing up, and you're standing on the R, 180, split by the A, right? Which is what is basically supposed to be 1. I'm just going to put 10, right? It's the joining of 5 and 5. Now, the thing about what was 45, where did I get the 45 one? The angle is 45, and I'm not sure where the calculator is right now. This is 45. When you add them all up, it equals to 45. The average is 4.5. Sorry, that's wrong. Wow. The add them all up, it equals to 45. The average, okay, is 5, which equates to what is E and what is I. Well, what is E? Is E A and D? Is E B and C? So then what is I? Is I what is F and C? Is I what is E and D? The thing is, this is 6 and 3, and this one over here is 5 and 4. This is the feminine, this is the masculine. This is the reverse, what is 1 and 4, and what is 2 and 3. This is the basis of your creation of your A, B, C, D, and this is the feminine and the masculine. On this side, it's 1, 4. On this side, it's 6, 3 masculine. This side, it's 2, 3. This side, it's 5, 4 feminine. Do you want to know why? Because the organ, right? And you want to see something, you see that? Say those two words together, it's actually 324, 18 by 18. It's just the third letter and the 24th letter in the alphabet. It repeats with D when it becomes the fourth letter in the 23rd. So you're looking from the 24th of March over to April 23rd to go through this corridor. At the same time, if we want to invert it, right? If we want to invert it, I don't like to write everywhere, but the invert, okay, of what this is going to invert to only in numbers. It's going to go to Capricorn, and it's going to be a mix with Sagittarius. And it's not only that, the thing is, this here, I was also going to mix in here what is Gemini. And we're going to mix in Cancer. We are going to mix in March, April. We're now going to put in here October, and September. And that is, hold on a second. That is, one, two, three, four, 1, 2, wait, 1, 2, 3. So this is this one over here. This one is the third one over here. This is out of the, is it going to be 13? The association of creating 13 moons is going to be what is this one over here, right? I should have wrote down A, B, C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C, B. I don't know why I did it that way, right? Should I have done it that way? F, G, this should have been H, I, J, K, L. Now you want to see something funny about that? Is check this out. So if I go HF, right? HF. So here's H and here's F, right? Let's make it legit. H8 and F6, We can run the F1 if you want, because you know what happens after this? When the alphabet realigns, right? It's going to be F1. That's right. The sixth position is where A begins its first. It becomes A6. It becomes Z31. So whatever we can do with this 136 divided by 3, can we divide that by 2? We'd have 68. After that, we'd have 34. Okay, we got a doorway over here. We divide that in half, we'd have 17, right? Half and half, we'd have 17. So we're looking at Mars. Now we can go to, what's next? 316. So that in half would be 158. And then we'd have 79? 79, 79, 79, 79. I know it is birth within the gate. The 158, the energy, 5 times 3, 5 plus 3, 8 and 6. 8 and 6, yes, they're at the gate, birth at the gate. What is this? See the 1 and 5? 1 and 5 equals to 6. 6 and 8 divided into 7th gate, and we count number 5. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5. In the star system, we use multiplication and addition. So any which way we work with this, if I divided this by 3, no, by 4, 4 times 80. Yeah, it was by 4. This is by 4. It can't be done by 3. If it was done by 3, what would the answer be? 316 divided by 3 equals, got to be 1 something. Yeah, 0.333. So it belongs to this group over here, Aries. Over here. How do I know? Because 1 divided by 3 equals to 333. 4 divided by 3 is 1333. And then 7 divided by 3 is 2333. And when you do 1 times 3 equals to 3. 4 times 3 is 12 equals to 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 2 and 1 equals to 3. All of this reverts to 3. You need to create a fixed with a cardinal to create 3. That any number we can press is going to equal to, let me see what this is. You were going to divide 7 into this, and there's only going to be 6 answers, and the answer is going to include one of these 6 numbers here and none of these. So when we look at it, see where the decimal is? 42857. So it didn't include any 3, 6, and 9. Don't count this. It's on the other side. It's on the other side. Now I wish I remember which number it was, because I've never seen that number pop up before. I mean on this side, and it doesn't count. We're only counting on this side. Look, 1 divided by 7 equals to 142,857. Now 2 divided will be 28571. 3 divided will be 42857. 4 divided will be 57142. 5 divided is 714285. And 6 divided is 857142. 6 divided by 7, 857142. So you can see by this, is that when you start to look, right, is that the first position over here, the third position, the fourth position, the, oh yes, I wanted to show you another thing, right? You saw 8, right? You saw that? So we have the 6 and 2, 8, 5 and 1, 6. You have the 5 and 3, 8, 4 and 2, 6. So then you have the 3 and 3, 6. You have the 4 and 4, 8. So now the next one, I went IE, right? A life for example. So you go, let me see. There. You got 5, you got 9. It's the male, right? And you not only have 9, you have 85 over here. You have 13, right? The void. The dot in the void. Did you know that the dot in the void? Did you know that? Did you know the dot in the void? Did you know there's 110 voided area spaces in the 2468? 2468, okay, equals to 20. There is 5.5 areas, okay? I think that's the number. Let me guess. 5.5. 5.5 equals to 110. 5.5 times 20 is 110. You got 2 cubes. You got 2 towers that went down. Follow my drift? You see what's going on here? And when it went down, everything was to the 7th gate, and building 7 went down, right? There were 47 floors. And guess what? 4 and 7 is that control. 4 and 7 right over here. 21 and 12 equals to 33. And the time you're looking for, just look at this. 222 times 8. 111 times 16. This number I just showed you is because we need 1 and 2 to create. So the 111 is actually related with the 1. The 222 is related with the 2. It's the 1 going between 2 creating. That's why I did that. That's where your 333 comes in. So with that known, 444 times 4 equals 1776. But it's all about the moon. The moon's all about number 13. So 13 times 444 equals 2. Look at that. Do you know what that is? Bigger and smaller. This is power. This is energy. 7 on the outside. If I keep repeating it, right? If we repeat the numbers, I will end up with 5772, right? And what's next? Is it going to be 5772, right? And then 5772. And the same thing will connect together. And this one over here, right? We connect this, we connect this. This one here is 14. Then it becomes 5. This cube here, right? When you count the rim, right? 6, 5, 1, 3. 6, 5, 1, 2, sorry. 14, 2, 6, 11, 14. 4, 2, 3, 5. It's 14 everywhere, wherever you go. Also, 5. Here's number 5. So if I drill holes all the way through, or if these were complete holes already and I shined a light, 5 would come out this side. I would ignite 3. 5 would come out this side. 5 would come out every single side except for 2, 5775. Which looks like 5772. Do you know what that is? That's the year 2012. So when you start a race, the 2 legs of the race, if you end up with a 12, do you know what's missing according to the alphabet? 15, 2027 end date, which is going to be the year, right, of what they're calling, where was that last piece? Hold on, where was the last piece? Just trying to see where the last piece is. Just give me a second. I just marked 5790. Just give me a second. Yeah, so where is that? 50, did I mark it here? Again, 5760 was the year 2000. 5 times 7 is 35 times 6 is 210. 21 is the cube. 102 is 251s. 120, when you add 1 through 15, it equals to 120. This is when we bring the game of pool in. We'll talk about the game of pool. When you add 1 through 20, it equals to 210. This is the game of darts. We also bring in the game of Monopoly in order to show how big. You see, here's one cube, right? Earth has one of these. Mars has one of these, right? Earth, Mars. The center of Earth, the corner of Mars, right? Like on a Monopoly board. There's separation. And as I create everything larger and larger, I'm losing the vision of what I already know. When I create the bands, the first interior band is 13, right? But then if it's 13, it might go 13 in each corner. But anyways, we have to expand to 21, 20 or 21, right? What it is when you start, how do I do this? When you start, we have 3. And you go around all the way to board, and every time you start, we have to connect 3. Let me see. Is it 2? Should I use 2 or 3? 3 over 3 over 3. When you go bowling, right? When you go bowling, you get to count your 3 strikes in a row. Here is your first opening connect. Here is the next opening connect. You follow what I'm saying? These 8s that are showing up is like above is below, okay? Is below as so. This side and this side identical. If you would run this calculator, right, over here as so, first of all, these should not be touching because this is only 2 rows. Separation is 3 rows. But like above is below, perhaps, oh, let me see, 2, 1, 2, 1. I don't like to do it that way because each one has their own section. And doing this is a Mars connect, okay, by the halfway zone. The Earth zone is going to connect up. I'm just going to do the boxes this size, make it easier. Okay, this would be the Earth type over here. See that? All right. And this is where your 9 comes in. Over here, okay, all you were going to get was 4. This is when you create that overlapping flower over here, unlike the separate window that's over here. This is a 22 4-area space. This is a 33. This is going to end up to be what is 27. Let me get, where's that stuff? Yeah, it's just going to be that 3 cubic, right? But I call it a 33 and a 22 and call it 55, all the same. Oh, my hand hurts. Yeah, there's so much to talk about. I was also working on this here. 540 is the actual size for the sun, right? 54 is the numeric value of the sun. When I go 8 by 67.5, it equals to 540. That 67.5 is missing from it 22.5. That 22.5 is over here. When you run this area here, you need to encompass before and after. These are all skeletons. When you encompass it, it's 216, 225, 234. This is going to be between 666 and 684. This is explaining the dodecahedron, the hexahedron, the 684 over here. And this 2116, the 2116 is a hexahedron. The 225 or 22.5 or the 45-degree angle, leaving 675 left over. Do you remember the 675 that we just left over? Let me see if I can explain this 675 again. It's been popping up so much lately, the 675. Okay, I don't know where it is. Is it over there? Okay, I'll just show you again. 5760, right, is the year 2000, right? It's what is 1440 times 4. This is completion. The 4 is completion, right? This is the year 2000. The multiplication of this is going to equal to 210. 42 times 5 is 210. When you, add 1 all the way to 20, it equals to 210. When you add 1 all the way to 15, it equals to 120. When you add 1 all the way to 5, it equals to 15. When you add 2 all the way to 6, it equals to 20. 2015 is the year 2000. 2015 is the year 50 is the year 5775. Like I said, these cubes, when I shine a light through here, it'll come out here. You'll never see any of these cubes that if you were able to shine a light, you will have 4 sides equaling to 5 and 2 sides equaling to 7, equaling to 14, equaling to 20. 2014 ending 2015. Did you know that 76 times 76, right, was going to equal to 2016? Well, this is Hebrew time over here. Did you know that when you create this connection over here, as we spoke earlier on, is going to be 575, that you can mark the word I that goes on here, connected at 66. So when you have this over here connected at 66, just give me a second. It's where 5 and 5 connect by 66. I wanted to see where I was going with this. Oh, yes, that's what it is, was 575, right? And this is what is 5G. Now, 12 and 13, the Bats Mitzvah and the Bar Mitzvah. BA, the only difference is look at that, we have a rat inside of that. We have the 21 and we have the 19. So the 21 and the 19. You want to know something funny? Over here is 19, and over here is 21, and over here is T20 minus counting in the I. The reverse alphabet and in Gematria, when you're counting by sevens, right, goes over here. So what goes up next that we show all these fives is what it is with 5 is that when we're working with the cat, so where's the calculator? So yes, so when you're working with this face over here, I'm trying to, okay, and we're connecting, the ace letter is what divides everything up. The 5 letter, what everything connects together to. There's only a total of 9. All 3 of these play in the same position and associate. They're all 3 fire signs. If you notice, bottom left to top right, we're going by 4s. Bottom right to top left, I'm going by 2s. I run 3 signs this way, this way, this way, creating the beehive, right? And then through the beehive that goes through the hole is the air sign. Air wave, air pressure between what is Gimel, what is Gamma, to what is Gemini, to what is Libra, to what is Uranus in the 84-year cycle. One third and 2/3 of 12. So what else do we get with this? Check it out. 75 times 75 equals 5625. I think that's divided by 230. 5625 divided by 231. No. 231 times 25. 231 by 25. Did you know that 77 times 3 equals 231? Power of the Christ, the peanut and association. Did you know that 7 and 7 is 14? Did you know that that equals to 5? Did you know that the 1 times 3 equals to 3, the 1 plus 3 equals to 4, and 3 equals to 7? Did you know that the 1 and 2 equals to what is 1 times 2 equals to 2. 1 plus 2 equals to 3. And 2 equals to 5. BCE over DCG. Maybe we'll have DC Comics come in and we'll have a discussion. You do know that it's ABC, right? Where AB3 and BC5 come together. It becomes the average of. When you average these up, this will become what is 60 seconds of 100% of time bridged. The other thing about this over here is 75 plus 75 equals to what is 150, and we add up to 5775. Did you know that if we added in what is 13 moons to this, that the answer would be 75,075, and it reduces to 4774? 4774, run the cycles. It's also the letters GD, like in God, right? And this one, when you company it up, it becomes 454, okay? And this 454, I was given a number today that associated with this exact contact of 454. But I'm getting a little tired here to keep up with myself. 7 times 5, 7 plus 5 is 47 and 74. It's 47 is 47, right? 5 and 6 lives between. Jesus is 74. 47 is time. What else did I want to say about this? Yes, I wanted to show you that even though you have this number here and this number here and this here, right? Are these numbers here? We don't have to mark 9 at all. I can just go, we can go like this. It's 1. No, we're going to do this. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we do it that way. I don't need any of the other numbers. So I connect this with this, and it's 5. I connect this with this, and it's 3. I connect this with this, and it's 3. I connect this with this, and it's 5. I connect this with this, and it's 3. I connect with this with this, it's 3. If I connect these two, it's 4. I connect these two, it's 8. I connect these two, it's 6. I connect these two, it's 2. Now 2, 4, 6, 8 all gets ignited. When we use the dice cube, when you see the dice cube, there's nothing in the 2, 4, 6, 8. There's nothing in the 2, 4, 6, 8. There are 5 sides equals to 100. And guess what? Only on this side is 10. 110 this way, and then 110 this way, if you want to look at it that way. Now, when you look into this one, we also have what is here. Look at that. You see, in the higher area, always plugged in. Fire, right? Fireman, fire anything, right? 1 and 9 and 3 and 7, always plugged into 4 Mars. Everything is plugged into Mars, right? 4 Mars, but not in 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 is going to be the electrical system, but I'm just burning up. I got to turn this around. Just give me a second. Yeah, I got no steam left. Time for bed. So you see, so the year ending, what is 5791? 5790. I'm going to turn it over one more time for this. So what is ending 5790, 5791 when the house gets split? Just change the number, right? It reverts back to 1930. Everybody knows what happened, right? But we don't have to go back to the child, so we stay with the mother. We stay with the gateway, not bringing anybody in. So we go back it up 2 years. So this is the year is going to be 5788, which is the year 2027. And there's more to discuss between the understanding of Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and how the numbers go from one side. Imagine if you have a ruler here and a ruler here. They're both 6 inches, right? How do I get to the other side? I can't, right? I don't go to the other side. I just go down. I'm already in between the two. There's nowhere to go. I'm in between the balance of walking the plank. Anyways, I'm done for the night. Very tired. Thank you for watching. Gotta go. Raphael 7286 and a constellation. Oh my God, Tammy, I didn't see anything. Who is Kirk? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Just gonna see if Miss Pretty Kitty. Hey, Miss Pretty Kitty. Spread those paws. Are you gonna spread the paw? What do you think? Am I bothering you? You're pretty. What's in your nose? Can I see? Is your nose dirty? I want to see what's in your nose. Your nose is dirty. Let me see. Let me see your nose. Let me see your nose. Hey. Hey. Miss Pretty. This is pretty cool, no? When you can do that. Yeah, so the iPad is. Yeah, so that's going to be the end of the night. Oh, I'm going to get a Kimmel bread tomorrow. Oh my God, that's what I'm doing. I have to check if the bakery's open. The last time they told me they didn't have my bread. I'm going tomorrow morning. I'm checking right now. I'm going to the bakery. Anyways, everybody, have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good night. Alphabet science. I am drained.